Welcome in, everybody. Ding dong, the woke is gone. Yep, it's dead. It's gone. It's finito. American Eagle, of all the people in the world, they just came out tonight and they put the nail straight in the coffin. Heart, steak, vampire, gone. They just told all the woke left freaking out, losing their minds over Nazis and denim and Sydney Sweeney to read between the lines and we're going to keep doing what we want. This is huge, guys. Everything I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below. As you get in here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. In fact, every single time that you do, the gun controller you think of immediately in your brain right now wakes up in the middle of the night just like this, gets out of bed, goes to the bathroom, stumbling through the dark, and stubs their toe every single time. Subscribe, like, chat, all of it. Let's get into this, people, because woke just died. And make sure you let me know if you hear me 5x5 audio, video. Good, excellent, amazing. Let's get into this. My brothers and sisters of freedom, guys, you're going to love this one. It might be a little bit longer of an episode, but I genuinely don't care. Get over there on X. Follow me at Braden LOA. We're going to dive into all of this. And all of it is sourced, retweeted, and jump in the conversation. And guys, the underlying principle, as you guys are filtering in here, the underlying principle of what we fight for on this channel is the culture. We're not just going to put a right Republican in place. We're going to destroy the power center of the woke left, which goes after our gun rights and all of our other rights. That's why the Second Press exists. There's a link in the description box below. Guys, we are going after them in any way possible. They've never even seen the ways that we're coming after them. They've never been done before. We've got media, podcast shorts, long form. We've got AI research. We've got cutting edge research, technology, distribution. Guys, the fight is here. Secondpress.co. Join that membership, the movement, and we can do work. And thank you to all of you who are already in there because we are making some things happen this month. All right. As you guys are in here, let's have some fun. Who remembers this little time frame? Yeah. Well, this is where we were. This is. We get to tell our kids and our grandkids that we actually witnessed this really happen. This right here. Bud Light. That's how it started. Started with Bud Light. Dylan Mulvaney. The peak femininity.
We thank you for your patience.
I don't even care. And this is where it died.
To buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney,
and I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
Was the magic sauce. Who'd have thunk it? Here's the deal. The reason I'm going into this is I've been doing a lot of this coverage on my podcast on the underlying reasons why this is so important. The podcast is called Positively American. Check it out. It's a lot deeper dive into a lot of the underlying issues. And we've been talking about this for 2 and 3 days because it underlines something very important you guys all need to understand. This is not about jeans. It is not about Sydney Sweeney. This entire thing was the attack and the assault on what the woke considered their perfect little tenets of wokeism. It went after meritocracy. It destroyed inequity. It went after racial relations. It went after sexual roles. It went after capitalism and went after meritocracy. These are all the reasons they reacted the way they did. And if you haven't seen all the videos, get yourself a drink and have some fun because they are crazy of the left reacting to this. However, the point at which I was waiting just happened. Sydney Sweeney's ad was backed by American Eagle. So after all the left rolled out all of their normal usual tricks of cancellation, they're Nazis, they're Third Reich, Sydney Sweeney's evil, oh my God, American Eagle, boycott them forever. Yeah, American Eagle walked out and went read between the lines. The reason that is so important is because the woke bully tactics aren't working anymore. They have made themselves into an eye roll. And that lives in the exact same realm as those that go after our gun rights. There's a reason that the Democrats are so low in the polling and they're so low in their brand awareness. It's because everyone looks at them and goes, oh God, just shut up. That's what just happened. That's why this is so key. It's not just the high level, it's the underlying level, the root cause. Massive. Now, I'm not going to play the ad because this part doesn't matter, but I'm going to read you the statement real quick. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. This is after the controversy, the fake controversy. It is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great genes look good on everybody. Yep, that's the old pound sand wokies. You guys have to understand, American Eagle just made the stand against the left, and now the left looks like a toothless tiger. Now the other brands are going to go, oh, there wasn't an immediate cancellation and destruction upon them. unlike this one right here. Yeah, let's do this. Guys, I'm telling you, it's not hard to see. Corporations see this. That destroyed this.
They make your butt look.
Not hard. Not hard at all. But I want to tie this back to the real life example, okay? This is why we cover these things in depth on the podcast and we touch on them in this channel. This is CNN's Harry Enton, and he literally says the Democratic brand is in the basement. Guys, this is the move. Everything I've got for you is going to be linked, and I'll get to the super chats in 1 second. I want to play this whole clip uninterrupted and listen to what CNN just did to the Democrats. Well, I can't say that. They hurt them. They hurt them.
Yes, sir.
Democrats at this point are historically divided. It is a complete and utter mess. It is messier than a hoarder's basement. What are we talking about here? The national early poll leader, 25% plus. Normally, that's where Democrats are. Biden was at 25% plus in 2020. Hillary Clinton was in 08 and 16. Gore was in 00 and 04. At this particular point, there is no one in the Democratic race for president who's polling at 25% plus. The war.
All right, that's actually the wrong one. My bad. I'll find it. It
is quite warm. If you're a Democrat.
No, that's it.
Potentially thinking about running in 2028, jump right in, because at this point, there is no front runner.
What do you think? Is that because how people view the Democratic Party right now, is that contributing to this?
Yeah, I think that is in large part of what's going on, is one of the reasons why there is no front runner. Nobody wants to put anybody up at the top of their ballot list, is because at this particular point, the Democratic brand is in the basement. It is total and complete garbage in the mind of the American public. The Democratic Party's net favorable rating, record lows in all three. Wall Street Journal, 30 points underwater. CNN, 26 points underwater. Gallup, 26 points underwater. And that is being driven in large part by discontent with.
Do you see what's happening? This is why the video's thumbnail says woke is dead, because the woke has been relegated to an eye roll. It is something that is just merely annoying at this point, and everyone knows it. I told my wife this evening, the big magic sauce was one person realizes that there's no one going to hurt them, and then everyone else agrees with them, and then all of a sudden it's in vogue to just bash the left hysterically. I got Joe Rogan coming up. I got Chris Cuomo coming up. Guys, this is a thing. And for them to have that low of a rating across the board and their brand to be, quote, trash and garbage, yeah, that's coming from CNN, guys. CNN. Let's jump right over to JD Vance. Again, this is not about jeans and this is not about Sydney Sweeney. Never has been. Listen to this.
Yeah, my political advice to the Democrats is continue to tell everybody who thinks Sydney Sweeney is attractive is a Nazi. that appears to be their actual strategy. I mean, it actually reveals something pretty interesting about the Dems, though, which is that you have like a normal all-American beautiful girl doing like a normal jeans ad, right? They're trying to sell jeans to kids in America, and they have managed to so unhinge themselves over this thing. And it's like, you guys, did you learn nothing from the November 2024 election? Like, I actually thought that one of the lessons they might take is we're going to be less crazy. The lesson they have apparently taken is we're going to attack people as Nazis for thinking Sydney Sweeney is beautiful. Great strategy, guys. That's how you're going to win the midterms, especially young American men.
I said that exact same thing on my podcast 3 days ago. I mean, guys, you complain and spend $20 million in the Democrat Party about how to get men back. And then you have all your left wokey harpies on X and TikTok and everybody, everywhere possible, screaming about the fact that American Eagle is affiliated with the Third Reich and Nazis because Sydney Sweeney had made a jeans commercial. And you expect to get young men back after trying to cancel Sydney Sweeney? Good job, guys. Great job. Let's keep on going. Again, this is a interesting and fascinating evolution. Here we go. This is a lefty talking head, and I will get to the super chat in 1 second. Brian Tyler Cohen says, legitimately curious, has anyone on the left actually attacked the Sweeney ad or Republicans inventing anti-Sweeney Democrat to be angry at and then devoting their lives to fighting a culture war against an imaginary enemy? This is the first thing that they did. And guys, there's a reason that I am leading you down this delivery in this order. Because the Sydney Sweeney ad came out, they attacked it with all their leftist harpy fury, and everyone started making fun of the psychos saying that the denim commercial was about Nazism, okay? Then they quickly shifted to, wait a minute, is this even real, or are Republicans just making this up? This seems kind of stupid to me. That was seriously a line of attack that they went with. And then they just kept on going. They've lost Joe Rogan. Look, what? He's saying the same stuff. Guys, if you ever doubted if we are winning, I don't know how else to explain it. They are losing their place in the culture because they're looked at as crazy people. That's what's happening. The time to pour on so hard and so fast is right now, because your rights and your gains are going to happen through the cultural moves. It will reflect in politics later. The culture is first. Watch this. Joe Rogan explains it nicely. Watch this.
The weirdest thing to me is that we're in this complete shifting of the polls, where the Republicans now are in favor of free speech. The Republicans want to end the wars. They want to stop contributing to foreign countries. They want comedy to be comedy again. They don't want restrictions on people's behavior and thinking.
Yeah.
And the Democrats have developed this sort of like cult-like idea of what everyone should accept and what's normal and what's not normal and what needs to be elevated in our population and what needs to be ignored. And it's just like, God damn, you're ruining it for everybody that thinks in a left way. Like anybody who's reasonable, like a reasonable left thinking person, which is most artists, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
And then
you're ruining it for everyone who has a reasonable position and leans to the left. Guys, what have I been saying for the last 7 months? On our channel, when we do videos around the Democrat Civil War and the fight that's going on in the party between the woke left and the moderate left, the establishment left, what I've been telling you is they're going to start fighting each other because one is too crazy and one is too weak. They're going to view each other as that, and they're going to start cannibalizing each other. You are watching it happen because the far left is viewed as insane. They're on eye roll. Did you do a denim ads commercial? Oh my God, are you a Nazi? Well, that was a leap. This is why. I'm going to let Joe Rogan keep going because, again, this is what we've been talking about. You think you're winning. We are freaking winning. Pour it on now. I'm telling you, take all the gains you can right this second because you have them.
You get to this point where you're like, no, I can't go along with you on all these things.
Yeah.
You guys you're just a bunch of fucking assholes who are using these subjects as a way where you can behave incredibly shitty, incredibly uncharitable, like vicious, mean, ostracizing people from society. I don't want any part of you. I don't want any part of the way you guys think and behave. And you to pretend that you're doing it for good, you're gluing yourself to the wall for climate change. The fuck you are.
Yeah.
You're just a nut. You're just a crazy, entitled nut, and you're fucking up society.
Yeah.
This is not the way that people should be behaving. And I can't believe it makes people go to the other. And the Republicans are smarter about it now in this day and age because they're like, hey, we'll take in. Hey.
He's saying the same thing I'm saying. They're viewed as crazy. They're viewed as extreme. Grind harder. Holy crap. They left the door open and left the goodies on the table. Let's go. This is literally what's happening in our culture right now. In about 3 to 5 years, you're going to see this reflect in the politicians. This happens now. Politicians come later. I'm telling you. I study this. This is what I do. I told you guys when the Biden administration was in power, the underlying cultural resistance is going to swing back the other way. It happened. You're seeing this happen now. This is what we do. Guys, the moment you have to win is staring you right in the face. And you want some more evidence of that? Here's the jokes that they made on the left wing, The Daily Show, about the Republicans not... You know what? I'm not even going to set it up. This is about accepting assassinations as a joke. Watch this. Again, you can't make this stuff up. It writes itself.
Supremacy. And as you can imagine, that spawned an incredible right-wing backlash.
What these left-wingers don't know is that they are revealing themselves to be the actual racists here, racist against white people.
They're mad because she's young, hot, healthy, white, and blonde.
Liberals just hate hot people. They just do.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's a great point. It's a great point. I thought they just hated meat and freedom, but they also hate hot people. They do. By the way, are you guys kidding? Liberals love hot people. They love hot people so much they're apparently willing to give them one free murder.
I'm just going to leave that there for a second. So the big punchline of that joke is that they're allowed to give someone a free murder who murdered a CEO in the back in a gun control zone within a gun that's not allowed in New York with a suppressor that's not allowed in New York. But that's fine. Gun control works all the time. You can go in there and you can make jokes about this guy assassinating a CEO with a family at home because he's hot. But, oh my God, did you make some denim jean commercials? You're a Nazi. They're so far off the reserve. They are into like 9 million sheets to the wind. I don't even know the proper analogy. But that's okay though. Right there. Oh, it's so, oh my goodness gracious. They are so amazing. And more to that evidence of them not being crazy and them not, there's no controversy and the right wingers are just making it up. Guys, I'm just going to roll on this. I'm just keep on rolling. Send this one out. Hit those emojis. Hit those little hundreds, the little hundreds you guys like to fly, the hearts over there. Let's go. Send this out everywhere because the moment we're winning is right now. This is the pivotal moment. Anyway, this is more evidence on Piers Morgan's show how the right wingers made it up. All the videos and all the people on the left and all the woke harpies, they were screaming on the rooftops because the right made it up. Watch.
You used the word normal and talked about it in the context of this white woman. White women are normal, but so are other people. The problem is, historically, we have only normalized white people. And so we've made white women's bodies, white male bodies, the norm. And we've made everything else less human, less beautiful, less real. And so when we say good genes are the ones that—
What a load of crap. Honestly, I'm sorry, Mark. If I may jump in on my own show.
Okay. There you go. It doesn't exist, guys. Everyone else made it up. The left didn't actually do it, but it's totally normal. In fact, they've normalized everybody's bodies, only white people's bodies. Guys, this is one of the leaders of the woke left right there, Mark Lamont Hill. They are losing. When you've lost Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan is interrupting you, calling you crazy, you've lost Joe Rogan. I'm about to show you Chris Cuomo. Y'all, the time to grind is right freaking now. And I see those emojis, hearts, happy faces, 100%. Amazing. Thank you guys. All right, let's go to the next one. They're just stacked up. All right. This is how we're going to complete this point. I'm going to tie it all together for you. This is Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo was no friend to any Republican. He was on CNN, woke leftist. This is the guy who said, tell me where it's supposed to be peaceful in the protest in the Constitution. That's this guy, okay? This guy was a lefty, a wokey. Listen to what he's saying now about sex relations and what the woke left has done. I'm telling you, woke is dead. Listen to this.
Oh, I met this great guy. Really? What does he do? Cancel culture is a form of aggression. I see Me Too as a form of aggression. I see cancel culture as a form of aggression. Yeah, sure, you're targeting alpha males. Like, I saw this meme the other day that was so weird to me. And it was this guy who was like, hey, I brought this girl home from a date and I was trying to get to third base. And he's talking to this guy and the guy's like, oh, great. You wanted to hear her hopes and dreams? I love third base. And the guy's like, no, I was trying to get her to take off her preconceptions about how males are, vindictive and out just to, use them for their bodies. And the guy's like, no. And it's a series of these things. And I was like, so it's wrong to find the opposite sex sexually attractive, that you have to find them attractive on the basis of what their deepest thoughts and philosophies are? That there's no more physical attraction, there's no more animal attraction, there's no more sexual attraction. It's got to be all intellectual. What the fuck are we doing?
That's a good question. Guys, when you are losing this many thought leaders on the left and those that perceive on the left, or those that are close to the left, or those that perceive themselves in the center, when you are losing those people because of the woke cancel culture, you have lost the culture. Chris Cuomo, this is the same guy who does all the other things that are woke that I told you about. Emerged from his basement with the COVID shot after getting COVID, never seen the light of day before. Where's it got to be peaceful for protest? I'm telling you, you guys are at a place right now where woke is completely dead, and it is actually an anathema to anybody on the Democrat side. You now have an opportunity to grind like you have never ground before. This is a really big moment. Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle, Denim Jeans, Joe Rogan, Chris Cuomo, all of it. I'm telling you. Piers Morgan, good Lord. All right, I'm going to get to the super chats here in 1 second. But now, listen to what Chris Cuomo says even more. It gets even more insane, or more aggressive. Watch this.
And you wonder why the left loses? And that's the kind of shit that you want to put out? Oh, well, the opposite is misogyny. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You can find a female physically attractive and intelligent and attractive on the basis of what's in their head and their heart. Someone can have a nice body and a nice brain. You just want both. You don't have to make one the commodity over the other, but that's what we keep doing. Oppositional, conflictual, hostile. That's what we do. You are wrong to like tits. You are bad. Bad man. Liking tits. Looking at an ass. You are bad and objectifying. You must look at her sense of math. You must look at her choices of what types of vegetables she prefers and her ambitions and what she wants. Oh, because that's what you motherfuckers do when you're analyzing men, right?
Okay, he's about to go even further. But guys, this is the game. You got to give me the attention, but if you give me too much attention, then you're objectifying me. But if you don't objectify me and you don't give me that attention, then you're being, like what, incel? I mean, like literally, it's a never-ending battle. If you were on my podcast, you'd hear the episode where I literally went into where someone said, a feminist on TikTok said, Woke Talk, said that an open floor plan is a symbol of misogyny and the patriarchy. Because back in the day, they would put women in the kitchen and that was their space. But since there was an open floor plan now invented, it's all about men wanting to put women under a surveillance state. So therefore, open floor plans are the patriarchy. I mean, like, it's so asinine, they are inventing reasons to be offended. That's what he's referencing. Joe Rogan, Piers Morgan, J.D. Vance, all of us. Let them be as crazy as they want, because the far left, if they split off from the Democrats, it's game over for 25 years. Just saying. Let him wrap up, because he's about to get spicier.
It's not like there's a sole criterion for men, right? What does he do? What does he do? That's what you ask most often about men. Oh, I met this great guy. Really? What does he do? Right? What does he do? Oh, what are his dreams? That's not what you say. Oh, what makes him most comfortable? No, that's not what you say. You say, what does he do? Why? Because Chris Rock is right. Because only women and dogs and kids are loved unconditionally. Men are only loved when they provide something. It's true. And it's extreme. And we've made it extreme, like everything else.
That last piece right there. Like everything else. Guys, when I run through all of these things, when I show you what they tried to force on us with Dylan Mulvaney, and then now nature's correcting and healing itself back hard with, what's-her-face, Sydney Sweeney, all the way to J.D. Vance, all the way to American Eagle saying pound sand. I can do this all day long. CNN showing you minus 30, minus 26, minus 26 for the Democrats' favorability and their brains at trash. J.D. Vance going through it. The left trying to gaslight you and tell you things you see with your own eyes don't exist, i.e. Biden. I mean, guys, literally, freaking Joe Rogan. I can do this all day long because it's based in reality. And I'm going to get to the super chats in 1 second. You are in a position now where you have not only held the line against the woke insanity, you are now pushing back, and it is forward momentum going forward. This is a cultural thing. And if you thought that the politicians were leaning towards the MAGA Republican conservative side now, you wait until we continue to change the culture. Over there at the Second Press that I told you about earlier, link in the description, we're going to keep on pushing that culture that way to make and force the politicians to go along with it. The politicians respond to the culture. That culture is shifting so hard away from the insane far left, woke left, that they aren't even going to know what's going to happen. Democrats are never going to have power again if this continues. That's the whole point. You have an opportunity. Someone just said in the chat, there's a hole in the offensive line. Drive that ball through. Take no prisoners, no mercy. Take our country back. Let's frickin' go. I'm telling you, it's there. I got some super chats I got to get to, though. All right. First super chat was a green one. I saw it. Here we go. From Fred Samuel, $5. North Carolina needs everyone calling the representatives. We have until August 26th to get what we want. Now he's talking about constitutional carry override for a veto. That is indeed happening on August 26th. I will, of course, cover that as we go forward, but that is what he's referencing from North Carolina. That is a great point. All right, one more I wanted to catch up on. From Jordan for $2 for a super chat. Cuomo being bro-coded wasn't on my bingo card. That's a very good point. And what he's, of course, talking about there is everyone is sick of it. But it speaks to exactly what I said earlier in this episode, guys. This is not about one individual. What this is about is individual after individual realizing that, wait a minute, you're not afraid of them and I'm not afraid of them? These people. That's what's happening in our culture right now. Because when they come out against something as mundane as Sydney Sweeney talking about genes, and that's somehow cross-coding with blue eyes and blonde hair, and now you're a Nazi, now you're the Third Reich, and you did notice her initials were SS, right? Yeah. That really happened. And then the left says, no, that would never happen. Don't believe your lying eyes. Biden's fine. It's a party of deception and manipulation. That's why no one buys it. That's why no one likes it, because they are completely and totally losing their hold on the culture, and we're taking that ball and we're running all the way downfield. Let me hear from you guys in the comments on this one. I hope you enjoyed this special, lighter, more fun version of this Freedom Train on this Friday night. I will see every one of you tomorrow. We have something really cool I've got to talk to you about that just dropped. I love each and every one of you, just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable inside your own aortic pump.